Hello everyone, Hachadino here, and as you always know, you can like my videos, subscribe in any of the cast that is on the sites, and become a member if you're interested in supporting the channel. Now, let's begin. This is going to be an explanation of the triple dance that Trickster has been able to do thanks to a talent that I kind of explained a little bit the other day. It's this one called Disorienting Strikes, and Elim was the one that kind of found that you can use three dances and three secret techniques and fit all of them inside flagellation. The important cooldown that lasts 24 seconds because it's 12 seconds where you get the mastery and then 12 seconds where it lasts. Of course, Shadowblaze won't last fully until you can get that last secret technique, but that does not matter because, as you know, secret technique actually does not work with Shadow Blades. Now, of course, this is the recommended single target build for Trickster. I'm going to, of course, post it on the description so you can enjoy it. And now let's go into the clip itself. It will have no sound, but still I will just run out the clip and then I will explain everything about it. We did it. Hey, we did it, yes. So now I'm going to go into the clip slowly. It seems a lot of things are happening. Trickster is not something super difficult to add onto the Sublety spec that was also played in the season 3 or season 4 of Dragonflight, but there are some things that you will have to keep in mind for this. I will also do a deep dive into Trickster and into Deathstalker a little bit later, but I wanted to get this one as soon as possible because this is something that won't change much. And also another thing that will change, of course, is the trinket that we are going to use. Um, Ideally, we're going to use transmitter. I was using here the serum because it's the best trinket I have right now, but you can ignore that totally. Now let's go from the beginning. So, as you know, as a rogue, you begin always in stealth, and when you are in stealth, you have access to Shadow Strike. You already should kind of know this. It's our more powerful builder, and because we play Subterfuge, we have 6 seconds where we can use this empowered builder instead of having to use Backstab. Now, I'm not going to go into the kind of easy things like why we eviscerate or we do other things. The thing that you want to keep in mind with this is that to do the triple dance, always it's likely that you will need or a bloodlust effect or more gear, that's also possible, or in this case, the shaman buff Sky Fury. That is the most important one because you get that 20% chance to get that extra auto attack. Right now here I'm using drums. It's 15% haste instead of 30. So if you have 30, it's going to be way easier to do this. You can try on some dummies, and it's likely that maybe the last secret technique will not fit into the flagellation, but don't worry, that is normal. And ideally now it should be way easier to get a shaman in your group or in your raid to have the possibility to do this 100%. Of course, if you don't have these buffs or these things, you can still do it sometimes depending on your Shadowcraft resets and how it also works with Coup de Grace. If you get more Coup de Grace, sometimes use a little bit of time and it may disorient you and make you do mistakes. Don't worry, as you play the spec more, it's going to be easier. Now let's go into this. We are going to, of course, do the opener that it's normal. We're going to Shadow Strike, Slice and Dice, and then Shadow Strike, Shadow Strike. In this case, we are going to Shadow Strike twice to get full combo points for our flagellation. Here I'm using my trinket. You can also use the transmitter when you have it available. Remember, you will get or the ball or soak or something. Before you use flagellation, you don't have to worry because you haven't done anything important apart from, of course, your flawless stacks, but they have enough duration to not worry. Now here we are going to rupture, and now we have our two maintenance buff ready. One is a debuff, that is rupture, and the other one is slice and dice. With that one, now we are going to enter Shadow Dance and use our order cooldown, that is Shadow Blades. Now, of course, we are going to use Shadow Blades, Shadow Dance, and Symbols of Death. We are going to Shadow Strike to fill our combo points, and then we are going to use this, something that changed from other seasons. We are going to use Secret Technique as our first finisher to make it go on cooldown as soon as possible. And then we are going to Vanish. As you know, we are playing Shadow Dust, so we get 30 seconds of cooldown reduction on all of our abilities. Do keep in mind that when you Vanish, you have Symbols of Death back, but you are not going to use it until you have 3 seconds left, so you don't lose duration. Here we get some Shadowcraft thingies, and then here we have something that is, we get a Coup de Grace at the end of dance, so we are going to use it, and we still have 1.3 seconds left, and Coup de Grace is 1.2, so it fits fully in our dance. Of course, afterwards we will have to go into another dance, and then we will fill that other dance, and finally we get into our last dance where we get another coup de grace, a reset, and we do our last secret technique just in the nick of time. If you have a shaman, we did it, yes. If you have a shaman, this is way easier to do, so don't worry if you are in a dummy and you are having difficulties about this. You can maybe invite a shaman or someone to give you real bloodlust, something like that, and you can see that it's way easy. Now that is everything that I wanted to say in the first place. Now on the second place, I'm also going to make, let's say, a little bit of announcement, and I'm just doing at the end of this video, and I also do a standalone one. Remember that now our sheet it's back. That means that if you used it in season 2 or season 3, now do know that we have our Dino sheet, let's call it, that it's back. It's in the description. I'm not going to show it to you right now because it doesn't have a lot of things, but it's going to have this video, the other 3 that I did, and the little playlist for delves, and the one that we'll do for dungeons also, and eventually we will get into Mythic Plus and other things, and all of the guides are going to be there too. Single target, Mythic Plus, etc. etc. Wanted to fill that one at the end, so if you are interested in Sublety content, just remember to check that one out. I'll see you on the next video.